I'll have to clean that up. I hope I'm cutting it in the right spot. I'm too lazy to pull this off. This'll do. You can see my mark. Look at how cool that looks. I can see I need to trim this bit a little bit more to let this fit nicer, but it's pretty good, and that's why I had to do all that. Now I can test my other blobs that I made before. It's hard to imagine this looking good at the moment. It looks very average to me, very thick, but I think once I make some side pillars, it'll smooth it out a bit, because really this is only going to be seen when the roof is up. Having the honeycomb sitting vertically like this made it a million times stiffer, and I actually shed weight rather than adding weight once I cut it down and then put these sides on, but it's still not finished. I was hoping I'd be able to have enough of an overlap here that I could put LEDs under here, but it doesn't look like that's the case. This might not be sitting properly all the way around. You can see there's a bit of a gap here. That's because I need to scallop out some of this one around this edge. More grinding. It's definitely not sitting right. I need to grind a lot out of this one, out the back area. Very noticeable on this side. Okay, so that's with the inserts in. Take note of this gap here. Now go to this side. It's 5mm out. Should I bother doing anything? You can see there's a bow, so it's a good height there, and it's a good height there. It's because I cranked the clamps down really tight and I've warped the melamine. I'm really annoyed at myself for that. The other problem I have is I need to fill that void. Should I just do it with glue? And I'm guessing it would probably be a good idea to glue it while it's in place like this, rather than bringing it back down to my workshop in there and gluing it upside down, because now at least I've got the correct angle. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the shape. I feel like it's too thick, but it needs to be that thick or very close to that thickness because I want it to be at least that thick to hide it. I'm guessing when I round this corner off, it'll make it look a lot nicer, and also when I round off up here. Don't stick to the window. There we go.
Have you done the other one yet? Oh, no, you haven't. Why is there like a gap?
Because it's not in properly. Pardon?
I don't need to tell you, it's things are chemicals in here.
Oh, I thought epoxy doesn't smell that much, but I did mix some polyester as well. It's been a couple of days now. I'm completely not happy with how I finished this area off. I'm 99% sure most of the epoxy resin has just drooped off and isn't touching here because all of the epoxy that I put in here wasn't thick enough. It's way too hard to get epoxy thick enough to stick up, and it's just drooped down, so it's only holding where I should have got the tolerances like that. It only didn't fall out here because I put some sticky tape. This is the bad side because when I measured everything first, it looked like this side and that side wasn't symmetrical. So I made this 5mm not as thick. Anyway, I think it's still fixable. The problem I'm facing now is the hoop is so awkward to pull off, and I've got this roof up here, so I can't lift it up with the hook that's holding the roof up at the moment. So doing this by hand is a pain in the butt. I need to get rid of this roof. I'm also thinking that this roof is a complete throwaway. I'm going to hold on to it so I can get the bottom curve and the top curve of the roof. I'll keep it for that. But other than that, I think it's an absolute throwaway. I need to make the roof as light as possible. If the roof's too heavy, it'll have too much of a pendulum effect and the boat will rock around like this. But one problem at a time. I'll get to the roof later. For now, I'm just trying to finish this hoop, and then I've got to finish these side pillars. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have the side pillars protrude out a little further just to get the roof a little longer, but not too ugly. So my toilet wall, when it comes up straight underneath the roof still. Otherwise, it's going to be out of the roof. Not the end of the world. I've got some ideas. I can't wait to show you guys that bit because I'm thinking it's going to be pretty tricky and look very fancy.